Here we see the parade marching onto the square, led by the band of the Women's Royal Army Corps. Behind them come the number 1 guard, which is the escort for the colour, followed by the colour party, which at this stage of the parade is composed of senior NCOs. With them is a drummer, and then number 2 and 3 guard, and the whole parade now, with the exception of the band, wheel on to the inspection line and await the arrival of His Excellency the Governor. On His Excellency's arrival, he is met by a fanfare from the band, and then this is followed by a royal salute. The commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel Guerrero, has now ordered the keys to march onto the square. These are led by the corps of drums of the Gibraltar Regiment, and the port sergeant is Colour Sergeant Jimmy Moss, who has now been doing this, carrying out this role for the last year and a half. The port sergeant can be seen on many other military functions on the Rock, including particularly the ceremony of the keys, where they symbolically close the Lamport gates and the entrances to the fortress, and then the port sergeant would return to His Excellency the Governor, returning the keys and reporting that the fortress is secure and all is well. At this particular point of the parade, he is handing the keys over to His Excellency. He then takes his position on the side of the dais for the duration of the parade. His Excellency then comes forward to inspect the parade and is preceded by 2 Minutemen who march in front of him in slow and quick time. His Excellency took the opportunity here to speak to quite a number of members of the parade, including amongst them 4 or 5 recruits who in fact had not quite yet completed the training but had managed to somehow or other get onto the parade. the end of the line of troops, His Excellency meets the adjutant, Captain Mark Randall, who was the last man on the line. And from there goes on to the Women's Royal Army Corps Band. With the parade now having stood at ease after the inspection, the next stage comes, which is the troop. The commanding officer orders the band to troop, and they will march across the parade ground, first in slow time, and as we see them here, returning in quick time. The escort to the colour, which on this parade was formed by G Company, the regiment's regular rifle company, now goes forward to receive the colours for the first time. A point to note here is that the captain of the guard has now given up command of the escort to the subaltern, in this case, Second Lieutenant Johnny Perez. On the right of the guard is a Sergeant Major Archibald from the Gordons, who is now the company Sergeant Major on a 2-year attachment to the regiment. The escort is then halted, having marched in line up in front of the colour party and make ready to receive the colour for the first time.
Escort for the colour. In open order. Right! Dress!
The regimental Sergeant Major, RSM Lopez, has now taken over the colour and is in the process of handing it over to the ensign, Second Lieutenant Mario Alman. This is the only time on parade that the regimental Sergeant Major ever draws his sword. Having received the colour, the ensign then faces the escort, and the Queen's colour is accorded a royal salute. Note that the senior ranks on the flanks of the escort port arms and face outwards in a traditional defensive posture.
Escort to the colour.